Welcome back, guys. Episode number 2 coming at ya, and today I'm heading up to Jervis Bay. Gonna stay at this awesome little campsite called Green Patch. Anyway, let's get on with the episode. Morning, guys. It is day 2. I've just woken up. As you can probably tell, I'm pretty tired. I slept well last night, which is good, and I'm just about to make some breakfast here. I've got my camp stove out, and it wasn't terribly cold last night. It was actually pretty good. It's not even that cold this morning, and the beach was pretty loud last night. It was making a hell of a lot of noise. Today's going to be a pretty good day. Weather's really good, so that's a bonus. It's not foggy like yesterday, so I'm looking forward to having a nice warm day on the bike, I guess. Luckily enough for me, there is a toilet right next to where I'm camping, and I've got some bog roll, and I'm going to utilise this toilet. I'm going to show what it looks like because it's pretty disgusting. Just about to head back on the road, and today I'm heading to Jervis Bay, and I'll be doing a lot of back roads, fire trails through the national park again. So that'll be interesting, if it was as interesting as yesterday was. But yeah, I'm making pretty good time actually. It's only about 9 o'clock and I woke up at about 8, so I've only been up for an hour. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. Hopefully I'll make it to camp before it gets dark. I only just made it in yesterday with about 5 minutes to spare as the sun was setting. Anyway, let's get to it. And for the second day in a row, I hop back on the bike for another long day in the saddle. And of course, not forgetting to stop off for some much needed weight reduction. And after heading back up the highway for a little bit, and jumping back on the dirt path, I headed back into the National Forest. I'm here in Mambula State Forest, and back there I did actually take a bit of a wrong turn. I passed my turn off, had to turn around and come up this way. But yeah, I've only travelled like 15 k's, so I haven't done much at all this morning. So it turns out GPS still doesn't mean you're not going to get lost. And after finding the right path, I headed down it. The track started to get worse and worse, but funnily enough, it meant that it got funner and funner. I find that I enjoy the simple things in life. Simple things like water crossings. They may not seem like much at the time, but they're a hell of a lot of fun. And with nobody around for miles, I did the things that I wanted to, and the only thing that I could do was ride. That is, of course, until I met the first obstacle of the day. So, first major obstacle for today is this. A massive tree. It's fallen down in front of my path, and I think this time it's a bit too big for me to kind of move it. So, oh god, I nearly fell over. I'm thinking of heading down here and around that way. So all I can say is wish me luck, I guess. I'm going to try to set up this camera so it gets me falling off if it does. And after conquering that little adventure, I picked up my camera, hopped back on my bike, and went back to having fun again. Hey, once again guys, I'm at a bit of a water crossing. It's not terribly deep, it's pretty small actually, but the water is so clear. Like, you can see straight to the bottom. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I've done 115k so far, so I'm making some pretty good time. But yeah, there's this road back here is really rough, and it looks like on the other side of it it's pretty rough as well. It's quite a steep embankment on the other side of this as well. So that'll be interesting. Just hoping I don't fall in. So yeah. And of course, after heading across the water crossing, the first thing I decided to do was make a wrong turn. So I had to turn around and head back in the correct direction once again. And after a bit more riding in the saddle, I broke out into the farmlands and a little bit closer to civilization. And after getting back on the pavement for the second time of the day, I headed towards the town of Maruya, where I filled up my bike and had a much needed rest as fatigue was starting to set in. Back here at Maruya, and I'm just taking a break, having a bit of lunch to eat, and heading back on the road pretty soon. This is the boat ramp. Pretty exciting. Not much to say really. Some guy with a camper van with solar panels over there. After having a bit of a rest on the side of the road, I left the town of Maruya behind and hopped back on the dirt for the last time of the day. The dirt road that I'd chosen to ride that afternoon had gotten worse and worse, and the track started to degrade very quickly. And even though it may not come across on the video, the track was actually quite slippery and very steep. And I began to question whether I'd come down the right way or not, but nonetheless, I battled on until I reached the end of it all. Oh my god, guys. That road down there, friggin' hell. I turned off onto the road and it said it was a no-through road, and I'm inclined to believe it. That road was just horrible. It was all over the place, just ruts and little, like, what can be described as jumps, pretty much. And everybody knows that I'm not doing jumps on this fully laden KLR with panniers and all that kind of crap. And yeah, that was an experience if there ever was one. And it's probably one of the worst roads I've ever had. And that's saying a lot. So you guys will probably see it on the GoPro and laugh at me for all the near misses and falls that I nearly had. I didn't fall off though, which was good. Managed to keep it up. It was like second gear, pretty much chugging all the way. But yeah, it was fun. The track eventually found itself coming along the side of the river, where it was water crossings galore. And eventually the day was getting long and the sun started to set over the horizon, which meant I was back on the roads and heading towards the last stop of the day, Jervis Bay. Eventually I made it to the campground of Green Patch, just in the nick of time as the sun was setting over the horizon. I chose my campground and turned the bike off for the last time of the day. Hey guys, it's very dark and I've just made camp. You can see my tent's up and all that kind of stuff. And I only just made it here again, if you can actually see me. It's actually fallen dark about maybe about 20 to 30 minutes ago, which is a long time ago. But yeah, I made camp. I'm going to just make some dinner and also put my stuff in my tent as well and get that done. So this was my latest investment, guys. Folding bucket. It's pretty awesome. Waterproof and everything. holds 10 litres. So I'm trying this thing called strawberry and apricot, I think it's called, ice cream. It's my dessert actually, and it's not too bad actually. If you're after like freeze-dried McGubbins, I think that's what it's called, then well, this is the pack to get. I'm inside my tent at the moment because it's getting a little bit chilly outside and I'm not allowed to have a campfire apparently because this is a national park. Anyway, yeah, this place I'm at is called Green Patch, and it's not very green, mostly sandy. As you can see down here, it's basically just sand. There's basically no grass whatsoever, so I don't see how it's really that green at all. So yeah, this is the inside of my tent. It's not bad. It's fairly spacious for I think it's a 2-man tent. Well, I don't really see how it could possibly fit 2 people, but that's not too bad. Yeah, tomorrow I'm on my way back home and concluding the journey, as it were. And yeah, not much else to say about it really. Until tomorrow, guys. I'll catch you then.